The Cat Who Saw Ghosts. I suppose you could say I've always belonged to the fog. In the little town of Briar Hollow, where the cobblestones glisten like wet glass and the chimneys sigh themselves to sleep, I walk the streets when everyone else has gone quiet. I am Marnie, the black cat who sees what others can't. I wasn't always like this. Once, I was the happiest of cats. My fur was brushed smooth each morning. I spent my days curled on a sunlit windowsill beside my human. She would hum as she made her tea, and sometimes she'd hum to me. It was a song about nothing and everything, about peace. But then, the singing stopped. The house grew still. The window cracked. I learned what silence truly was. Now, each night, when Briar Hollow drapes itself in fog, I wander. My paws make no sound on the cobbles, and my golden eyes half close against the cold. It was during one of those walks that I first saw them. The ghosts. They weren't frightening, not at all. They moved like candlelight on the wind, their laughter soft as snowfall. The villagers couldn't see them, but I could. I always have. At first, I ignored them. I was too heavy inside, too tired. I passed their stories like shadows, returning to my quiet house, curling on the windowsill that had long gone cold. Then came the fog, thicker than milk, stretching over the town until the lamplight floated like stars underwater. I sat on my garden wall and watched the mist twist around the gravestones across the street. That's when I saw it, a flicker of gold. A small glow drifted near the churchyard gate. My tail twitched, and I padded closer. "Good evening," said a voice like wind through leaves. She was a ghost, old and gentle, wearing a bonnet woven from moonlight. "You're not afraid, are you?" she asked. "No," I told her. "I've seen many like you." She smiled. "Then you must be the cat who sees us. I've heard of you." My ears flicked. "Ghosts talk about me?" "Of course," she said. "The living rarely see, but the lost always find one another." We stood together in the mist for a while, watching the fog breathe. "Why do you stay here?" I asked her. She looked toward the gravestones. "Because I miss something I can't name." Something in my chest tightened. I knew exactly what she meant. "Would you walk with me?" she asked. "The nights are long." I hesitated, then nodded. We walked through the winding streets, our shadows thin and strange against the stones. She told me stories of the bakery she'd once owned, a place filled with cinnamon and laughter, where children pressed their noses to the glass. "Sometimes I still hear them," she said. "The walls remember what I forget." I asked, "Do you think the heart remembers too?" "Always," she said. "It just gets quiet sometimes." When morning came, I returned home and stretched in a slant of pale sunlight. It felt different, like the warmth was trying to reach me again. For the first time in months, I didn't dream of gray. The next night, I went walking again, this time not looking for fog, but for company. I found a ghost sitting beside the fountain, an old man holding a violin. His face was sad, his hands uncertain. "Why don't you play?" I asked. He sighed. "My fingers remember the shape, but not the sound." So I sat beside him, tail curled neatly around my paws. "Then I'll listen." I said, "in case the sound finds you again." His smile was small but brave. He lifted the bow, and soon the air filled with trembling music, broken in places, but beautiful. The song drifted through the fog like a heartbeat. When it ended, I purred, deep and steady. "See? You remembered." He chuckled softly. "Perhaps I did." And then he faded, leaving only a faint hum in the air. After that, I found more of them. A child chasing a kite that vanished with every gust of wind. A mother knitting scarves of starlight for no one. A scholar reading the same page for 100 years. They were everywhere, these gentle ghosts, and I listened to them all. The more I listened, the lighter I felt. Some nights, I even forgot to be sad. Autumn deepened. The air smelled of wood smoke and apples. The ghosts began to change, their lights softer now, as if they were finally ready to rest. One evening, my friend the baker appeared by my garden wall, her glow faint and warm. "You look brighter," she said. "Do I?" I asked. She nodded. "You found color again." I looked around. The rooftops were brushed with gold, the leaves still clinging to the trees. The world wasn't gray anymore. It was quiet, yes, but gentle. "Maybe," I said. "Maybe I just learned how to look again." The ghost smiled. "That's the trick of it." The fog curled around our paws. The ghost turned toward the horizon. "It's time for me to go," she said softly, "but I'll leave something for you." She reached out and touched my paw. A faint golden light remained there, a tiny warmth that pulsed like a heartbeat. "Keep walking," she whispered. "Even when you can't see us, we're with you." Then she vanished into the mist. Dawn came to Briar Hollow, painting the rooftops in amber. I climbed back to my window and looked out. Across the street, the baker's old shop stood silent, but in one of the windows, someone new had lit a candle. Its glow spilled across the road, brushing my fur. I purred softly, not the loud purr of my younger days, but a quiet hum that filled the house. For the first time, I felt that maybe I wasn't walking alone anymore. That night, when the fog returned, I stretched, flicked my tail, and whispered into the mist, "All right, friends, let's go for a walk." And from somewhere far off, laughter drifted through the fog, light as starlight, warm as home.